Hello and welcome to Consoletronics, where today I come to you from the set of my second channel, Video Holocaust. That's right folks, today I'm doing a crossover with myself. I really need to get out more. Now to most gamers, film tie-ins are just the worst. There are exceptions, Tim Burton's Batman, Robocop, E.T., etc. But today I thought we'd look at some of my personal favourite movies and the games that followed in their wake. And we're going to start today with some new wave Japanese samurai bloodletting with Azumi.
Azumi, starring the gorgeous and multi-talented Aya Ueto in her feature film debut, and coming to us from the warped mind of director Ryuhei Kitamura, a man I'm a big fan of, and will be reviewing some of his other work like Versus and the sensational Jewel Project, which he did in collaboration with his friend and fellow filmmaker Yukihiko Tsutsumi. But yes, Azumi, a masterful action movie that proves once and for all that samurai movies have a future on the big screen rather than being relegated to the art house circuit. Azumi the film is a modern classic, but what of the video game? Released exclusively on the PS2 only in Japan, it's a surprisingly good hack and slash title that Western gamers once more missed out on. Now, technically, this game shouldn't be on this list, as it's not based on the movie, instead taking its inspiration directly from the original comic series. But
because I don't need much of an excuse to talk about the film's sexy young star, Aya Ueto.
And as much as I love her in Azumi and its sequel Azumi 2 Death or Love, special mention must go to the video game adaptation, because despite being a solid and enjoyable adventure through feudal Japan, it's almost unknown outside of hardcore gaming circles. But if you ever get a chance to play it, you will not be disappointed. And we go quite literally from the sublime to the ridiculous, with the most famous and highest grossing film franchise you've probably never heard of, the Torrente movies. 4 films made between 1998 and 2011, all written, directed and starring the living legend Santiago Segura. These quartet of Spanish movies are without doubt the most racist, misogynistic and downright disgusting movies I have ever seen, and I can't begin to tell you how much I love and adore them for it. Because of political correct faggotness, these movies are not available in the UK, but are easily downloadable from any good torrent site, and I strongly suggest you do so. With rumours of a Hollywood remake in the pipeline, what better time to check out some European gross-out comedy at its best. And in keeping with the tradition of piss-poor, limp-wristed video game tie-ins, we have the PlayStation 2 exclusive of the third Torrente movie, Torrente 3: The Protector. Now, despite being one of the worst games available for the system, it was brought to us by a small Spanish game developer in probably only a matter of weeks. Or maybe days. But if you want more Torrente action in your life, give this game a miss and join me in praying for Torrente 5.
But it's not just subtitled foreign movies I'm going to be taking a look at in this list. I have made room for more mainstream Hollywood films, starting with the next one, the movie that single-handedly revolutionized and reinvigorated the pirate adventure genre with its amazing special effects and quirky and memorable characters. I am of course talking about Cutthroat Island, here presented in its laserdisc format. So are you ready for some swashbuckling on the high seas with not a fucking Somalian in sight? I hope so. Let's check it out.
Now, I actually went to the cinema to see this movie back in January of 1995, purely on the back of this trailer I am now showing you, which does still look the business. Unfortunately, the film's director, Rennie Harlin, a master of shooting scenes which make the trailer look awesome, hasn't quite got the hang of shooting a movie that matches the trailer, bless him. Which is very probably why this movie flopped like a floppy thing. It bombed, tanked, it failed to meet expectations at the box office and would go down in history as one of the biggest turkeys outside of Christmas. Arr! It's time to shiver your timbers and say hello to sailors with the tie-in game. But perhaps this can be a case of the game being better than the film. Pfft, you're having a bubble, mate. Cutthroat Island, the film, is a no-brained popcorn movie that can be enjoyed, then quickly forgotten. The game, on the other hand, despite looking like a simple Final Fight clone, is pure torture to play, and makes the movie look like Citizen Kane in comparison. Avoid like scurvy. To all you who say you don't watch cartoons, check out this 1986 animated movie based on the comic of the same name, Fist of the North Star, a superb action-adventure from Japan. Released by Manga Video in the early 90s here in the UK, along with other 80s classics like Akira, 3x3 Eyes, and Urotsuko Doji, or Legend of the Overfiend. On my Video Holocaust channel, I will be doing a more in-depth review of this movie and the 1995 live-action version, starring the physique from Chizik, Gary Daniels. But the anime movie, even now, has lost none of its shine. This clip you are watching comes from the remastered DVD, which I can't recommend highly enough. But whatever format you watch this on, just watch it. It's not just up there with the best of them, but kicks the heads in of all competition to stand alone as one of the greatest anime movies of its era.
Now, in terms of video games, Fist of the North Star has been knocking about for a while, from early days here on the NES to more recent outings on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. But the version I've chosen to showcase is the Mega Drive release, which is known in the West as Last Battle.
And here it is, in all its 16-bit glory. Now there is a reason why I chose this particular version, which should become apparent in a moment. But before that, I just want to say a quick apology for shooting half this video with a camcorder just pointing at TV. My capture card has gone kaputski, so needs must. But yes, we're English here, so time to stiffen our lips and persevere. But yes, as I was saying, I chose this version for a reason. Watch how I kick and punch the enemies about Tom and Jerry style. Now check this. Bam! Same game, different effects. What you are looking at here is the Japanese version. So instead of just booting the enemies clean off screen, instead I can kick them in the shins, watch them fly into the air, and their heads explode. Doesn't add much to the gameplay, but it certainly is a little bit more satisfying. So yes, this has been some of my favourite, well not necessarily my favourite, but some of the films I have enjoyed over the years and their video game equivalents. My name's Gray, you've been watching Consoletronics, and if you liked what you saw here, why not take a look at my second channel, Video Holocaust, where I review the best and worst in Asian and European action cinema. So, as I was saying, thanks for watching. I'll have some more videos up very soon.